Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll explain the 3 main strategies and I'll be giving you practical tools to help you build and develop your emotional intelligence, especially as a highly sensitive woman. I'll also show you why this is the highway to self-confidence. So, are you ready to maximize your emotional superpower? I'm Houda. I'm a certified life coach since 2016. I not only help numerous women reach these results, but I also did the work myself and could experience the results firsthand in my life. I promise you, the tools and strategies I give here do work if you actually do the work. So, the first strategy to improve your emotional intelligence is improving your self-awareness. Self-awareness is the alignment with your deepest values, aspirations, desires, and beliefs. So we'll see here 3 main points that are really important if you want to improve your self-awareness. Stick with me. So we're in point number 1, self-awareness, and we'll be seeing 3 points under self-awareness, and all of that will help you improve your emotional intelligence. So point A, what values are important to you? Once you have them, once you have one, just go and dig why. Ask yourself 3 to 5 whys after each value. I'm going to give you an example. For example, one value that's important for me is freedom. So I'd go and ask myself why. Well, freedom for me gives me the flexibility to be able to do things that I really want to do. And here I can spot flexibility as another value that I can come back to. All right. Why is that important for me? So this is the second why. Well, I like having the choice, really, which relates to the flexibility. I like having the choice of doing what I want. I do believe that everything is possible, and I need that in my life. And there you go. There I put the finger on something that's really, really important for me, and that's a belief that has driven me and driven my life, really, that everything is possible. I've always believed that in my guts and been driven with that. And see, this could be an aha moment. Okay, that makes sense now. That's why I need freedom. And it's a belief that's so strong that actually I struggled for a long time with failure and accepting failure, because, for me, everything is possible and I can do it. So why would I fail in something? So that took me lots of work to overcome that. And this could be an aha moment as well. And it was actually for me. I was like, oh yeah, if I struggle with failure so much, that's because I do believe that everything is possible. And in my mind, I need that belief to keep going, to keep going after my dreams. That's really what it is and what it means for me. I hope I'm making sense. So I'll ask you to do 5 values. If you have more, that's fantastic. You can start, however, with 5, and under which one you ask yourself, okay, why is this value important for me, and why, and go between 3 and 5 whys until you hit that point, and a small aha moment, really saying, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's something that I can really feel, here inside in my chest or in my gut. Hope that makes sense. Feel free to share with me which values come up, which are your main or most important values. I'd really love to hear that. So point B is, what do you believe in? What are the beliefs that shape your life and drive your life? A lot of them can be unconscious or subconscious, actually. An example is what I gave you just now, is that for me it was everything is possible. And I remember with my best friend growing up as teenagers, we would always repeat, there's a French saying that says, quand on veut, on peut. When we want, we can. And I really grew up applying that in my life. As an example, I've wanted, at the end of my business school, I wanted to do my internship in Dubai, and I was like, okay, I'm going. And this is a time where everyone was telling me, oh, okay, that sounds really exciting. So what's your plan B? I'm like, I have no plan B. I can do it. I want to do it and I will do it. And actually I got confirmation of my internship like 2 weeks after, just before that the deadline. I would have been in much trouble if I didn't make it, but I knew I would, and I put all my eggs in the one basket. But that's what I wanted, and I did everything I could to get there. And I loved it, by the way. And it makes me also think of a famous quote from Henry Ford. It's, whether you think you can or you think you cannot, you're right. Whether you think you can or cannot, you are right. This is when you truly understand this, it's so powerful. Imagine whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. That's how the brain works. That's what I was talking about in my video here on why emotional intelligence is so important, and especially for highly sensitive women. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to do so, because that's how the brain works. Our thoughts will create emotions, and emotions are what drives our actions, which eventually builds and designs the life that we have and defines it. So that's really important. It all starts with the thoughts and the things we think, and that comes from the things we believe in. So here I'm going to ask you, normally with the work with the values, you'd come up with some beliefs and just ask yourself, okay, what are the main beliefs, that these things that you repeat in your head, that little voice repeats over in your head. And it's okay whether they are great positive beliefs or there are limiting beliefs. It's really important that you become aware of them. And if there are limiting beliefs, it's once that you are aware of them that you'll be able to overcome them and do the work to change them into something else. All right, cool. Point C is, what do you want? What is it that you truly desire? What if money was no object? And I'll be sharing in the below in the description a link to one of Alan Watts' videos on what if money was no object. It's fantastic. I really recommend it. So what if money was no object? Or what if you had a magic wand or an Aladdin lamp? And I'll ask you to close your eyes and imagine, what would your life be? What's your dream life? What's your amazing life that you'd want if everything was possible? Just imagine that. What does it, and I want you to go into detail, really. What does it look like? Just imagine a day in that life and see what it is. Just imagine it first, and then you can draw it or put words on it. In what's different from what you have today? What behaviors are different from the ones that you have today? What's belief system is different from what you believe in today? And if the only thing you are thinking is, I want to be a millionaire or I want to be rich, just try and look a little bit further than that. What will the money bring you? Is it the lifestyle? What parts of the lifestyle that you think money will help you have? Is it financial freedom? Is it time freedom? Or is it passive income? Really be as specific as possible. Once you've done that, you can go back and check how it relates with your values, with your belief system that you just wrote down earlier. And here you have already increased your self-awareness. You found out what values are really important for you, what are the beliefs that shape your life, and what it is that you truly desire. So really, congratulations. It's already a tremendous work that you've done, and congratulations for that. So now, point 2 on how to increase your emotional intelligence as a highly sensitive woman is self-care. Oh my god, when I say this, I think of a moment really back in 2015. So that was the first time I went to see a life coach, and he listened to me go on about everything I was frustrated about in my life, how I wasn't yet in where I wanted to be. And at some point he just paused and asked me, Houda, when do you take care of yourself? I freeze for a couple of seconds and then said, well, I do when I take care of my hair, I put body lotion on my skin, I eat healthy. And he said, well, this is taking care of your appearance, of your body, but when do you actually take care of yourself, of your inner self? When are you kind and gentle to yourself? And I just freezed. I had no idea how to do that. I just couldn't come up with a single thing. And I'm so grateful actually to be doing this video because it reminds me of that moment, and now I can see, oh my god, now fast forward 5 years, I'm able to do that. I can reply to that question if it was asked to me again. I do listen to my needs. I do say no when I need to. And when I need to sleep more, I just do that. And that's because also I've designed my life to be able to do that as an entrepreneur. And when I'm tired, I rest. And there's actually an additional layer that I've been doing just recently, and I found out about it, is I managed to remove the judgment part of it. It's up until now on a regular basis, or up until then, I would still have, that little voice in my head and judging me, and that feeling of guilt saying, oh, you should be doing that and you should be doing that. So even when I was allowing myself to rest when I was tired, there was still that feeling of guilt. And I've managed to get rid of it, and it's only recent. And oh my god, and this is the secret to that, is to sync your life and your schedule with your cycle, with your menstrual cycle. It's amazing, it's mind-blowing. I discovered that, and oh my god, I am even angry actually that as women we don't know that, we're not taught that, no one has, it's only now at 34 that I'm finding out how my cycle actually works and how to sync my life around it. That's what we should be doing, to have just to be in sync with ourselves. So I'm leaving for you below the link to the podcast hosted by Sunny Lenarduzzi, where she has as a guest Alisa Vitti, the author of Into the Flow. So that's her book that's been changing really how I'm doing so many things. You can get the audiobook for free on Audible if you register for the trial, or get the hard copy, whatever. She has lots of articles on the blog as well. Just honestly, just go on, listen to the podcast and make your own opinion. If you're interested to hearing more on how I sync my schedule with my menstrual cycle and the benefits I've been having, let me know below. I'll be more than happy to explain that a little bit further and give some more tips on that and how I apply the principles in my life and how it's been working for me. Although it's recent, it's just mind-blowing. So the main thing really about self-care is to listen to your needs. So the first step is to identify your needs. What is it that you really need to function at your highest potential or be the best version of yourself? And the second is listening to them and respecting them. Now we can go on with point 3 on how to improve your emotional intelligence as a highly sensitive woman, and that's self-love. And women, you gotta love yourself. You gotta cherish yourself. It's so important. Here's one small practice for you. Is just imagine right now, just do it. Imagine that you have a cape around your neck and that you're a superheroine, and just walk in the room with your shoulders straight, with the head held high, and super proud of yourself, as if you just saved the world. And just honestly, it will feel silly, don't worry, nobody's watching. Just do it and cherish, have that feeling of just feeling amazing, of feeling beautiful, of cherishing yourself. Celebrate yourself, celebrate your beauty. Beauty is not a standard. It's not for anyone to tell you what characteristics will make you beautiful or not. You start being beautiful the moment you start believing that you are. I just watched recently the movie, it's available on Netflix as of today anyways, called I Feel Pretty. It's about, I'm trying not to spoil it for you. If you have a chance, go and watch it. It's about a woman who thinks she's not pretty, and she has all that negative self-talk, and then she has an accident, and all of a sudden she starts seeing herself as someone else and like really gorgeous, and her entire behavior really changes. And you know, at the end she realizes that that was her the entire time, and it's really what it takes. Like, it's in your head, it's the thoughts that you put in there. People will start seeing you as pretty and beautiful the moment you start seeing yourself as pretty. And that's actually, I'm speaking from experience as well. I used to be very insecure as a teenager, and actually I could see the swap in my life. I started having compliments and people were seeing me more and more as pretty the moment I decided that I was pretty, and I started seeing myself as pretty. Obviously it took a process, it wasn't overnight, because I was working on it myself, but it's really changed. And here you can see actually a photo of back when I was a teenager and didn't find myself pretty, and then just a few years later when I was, and it's just a difference. Obviously I could go on and justify, yeah, as a teenager I really didn't like my teeth, so I wasn't smiling much, and then I had the braces on. I got them really late, like at 16, so I wasn't smiling much either. So it's really after I removed them that, you know, I felt more comfortable smiling. But that's not the only point. Maybe it's one explanation or justification, but it's really all in your head, and it takes a decision, something to repeat. Here's 2 sentences you can repeat to yourself is, I love myself, I believe in myself. It felt, this is 2 phrases actually I came across when I was doing an emotional freedom technique practice a few years, it was like 6 or 7 years ago. And the first time I repeated them, it felt really weird, but now as I say them, they feel normal. Well, yeah, obviously I love myself, I believe in myself. If I don't, who does? And how to expect others to do it, you know? So yeah, start with yourself and practice some self-love and celebrate your wins, the things that you are proud of, like things that you did, and just be proud of yourself. It's, you know, cherish who you are as a person. It's really important. So we've seen the 3 main strategies on how to build your emotional intelligence. So the first one was about self-awareness, and we've seen how to identify your main values, how to identify your beliefs, and how to identify what you truly desire and what you truly want. The second point was about self-care and how to do that, and how to practice and increase your self-love. If you do that, if you follow these 3 strategies, you'll see before you know it an incredible boost in your self-confidence as a direct result. If you want to take your work further, check out my free master coaching session via the link in the description below. I won't say anything, just try it out and share with me how it went for you. I'd love to hear from you. You can DM me on my Instagram. Again, the link is below. So, to summarize, improving your emotional intelligence really comes down to being present. Being present to yourself, being present to your loved ones. And that's the best present you can give to yourself, but also to your loved ones. Let me know what's your main takeaway from this video. I'd love to hear that. Please feel free to comment below and ask me any question you may have. I'll be right there with you. I'll be interacting with you. I want this to be an interactive community. So yeah, please do share with me what's your main takeaway. Stay tuned for more videos on emotional intelligence. You can check this one here on why emotional intelligence is important for highly sensitive women. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell to make sure you don't miss my next release. Thanks a million for watching. I send you lots of love and positive vibes. Have a fabulous day and week ahead. Thank you.